this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to Tattletales. Nice to have you with us today, and thank you very much. Yes, I could say the same myself. Anyway, what is that? It's delicious. Coconut? Ooh, can I have seconds? No, we'll get to that later. You're going to have a wonderful time today, and I am too. I always do, and there's no reason why we should change that. Here, the people are going to give it to you, too. Winning money today for the blue section from CPO Sharkey, Elizabeth Allen and her guy, Mr. Charles Nelson Riley. Winning money today for the banana section from another new series, Three's Company, Suzanne Summers and her guy, Mr. Alan Hamill. And winning money today for the red section from Wonder Woman, Deborah Winger and her guy, comedian Gary Muledeer. I said I'm going to have fun today. I am. I mean, how could you not have fun with it? We've got Mule Deer here and Charles Nelson. You know, we're going to get questions all week long about your name, Gary. You know that. And we'll have to deal with that, okay? So when you come out here the second half, we'll tell everybody about that. All right. Welcome to you all.
Thanks,
Charlie and Elizabeth have been here before, but the other four people have not been here before. You are rookies, and we'll see how you do. You'll see. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's fun.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Just win, and then everything will be fine.
Right.
Here's the first question. It's worth $150 to your rooting sections, fellas. Men, for promotional purposes, the Rolls-Royce company will give you their snazzy new experimental electric car. Nobody else will have one. But you must drive this car and no other car for a whole year. By the way, the top speed is 35 miles an hour. Will you accept the deal, yes or no? Snazzy new electric car by Rolls-Royce. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, Elizabeth. What does Charlie feel about cars in the first place? Does he like automobiles?
Well, you know, they're his natural enemy.
Oh.
I'm cars. I mean,
doesn't do well with
Charles
cars.
just has one because he has to have it to get around.
Yes. Does he have a Rolls by any chance?
No,
okay.
no.
So we're all right.
He doesn't have a Rolls, but he does have a diesel engine.
Oh.
So therefore, that's the problem in itself. He has to drive all over town to go to the one gas station that has diesel fuel. Right.
Really?
Well, let me see.
An electric car.
Yeah, I think he might, and then he could wear a Rolls-Royce scarf.
I thought that's what that was.
It is. It's a Rolls-Royce scarf.
All right.
I wear it with my van.
No, she didn't know.
I didn't.
Pure coincidence. He would do it then.
Sure, and then he could wear one of my scarves.
It's one of your scarves?
Yeah, from my store.
Oh, yours. It's really one of your scarves?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. All right. From your store called?
Elizabeth Allen, Inc.
Oddly enough. Okay. The answer is yes, he will accept it, right?
Yeah.
Here he comes. Charles, what are you going to do? A snazzy new Rolls-Royce, electric, however, 35 miles an hour, top speed, drive only that for a year. What would you do? Would you take that deal?
I would not take it.
That's not what Elizabeth said. Oh, how quickly they forget.
No, but she should know I'm in love with the car I have now.
You are? I didn't know that.
Madly.
Really? You see?
When did this happen?
You know the kind of car I drive, and I swear by that kind of car.
Yeah. Is it electric?
No, it's diesel.
Yes. Well, okay. She figured maybe since you went for diesel, you'd go all the way and go for electric, I guess.
I'm very loyal and faithful. Keep that in mind for the rest of the 4 days.
I will, sir, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you in any way. Thank you, Charles. Suzanne, what will Alan say?
I know I'm going to get this right because there is nothing that Alan would turn down as long as it's free. Anything that is free. We have a year's supply of cremettes and soy sauce.
Hey!
Because he loves free things. He will take it. He would take a wheelbarrow if it had an engine if it was free.
Really?
He will take
Little
it.
tight with a buck is old Alan there? Okay.
I don't want to say that.
All right. The answer is a definite yes. There he comes. Alan, the Rolls-Royce will give you this car It's an electric car, snazzy. You'll be the only one that'll have one. Have to drive it for a whole year. Only 35 miles an hour.
Right.
Will you accept it?
You bet I will.
You got it. Good.
I'm a very,
Yes, sir.
as Suzanne knows, I'm a very frugal individual.
Yes.
She would have said something like cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I said tight.
Tight, yes. And it is, strangely enough, you should talk about a car. I have not bought an automobile for myself since 1965.
Are you driving a 1965 something or other?
No. Every 2 or 3 or 4 years, I manage to perform some services and get an automobile instead of getting paid for it, you see.
Gee.
And the IRS is going
to... What do you have in mind?
Pardon me?
What do you do, fill them up with gas, or...
Well, no. I just perform a service. And let's leave it that way.
Oh, all right.
And so
Sounds like he's a hitman. I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I was trying to get you to say it. You mean you do a commercial or something like that?
That's it.
Okay, we got that. Thank you. I thought we ought to clear it up. Deborah, what will Gary say?
Well, you probably won't be able to tell that it's a Rolls Royce when he gets through with it, because he'll cover it with bumper stickers, but he'll definitely take it.
He will take it?
Definitely.
Why, does he have a car covered with bumper stickers?
Anything that moves, he covers with bumper stickers.
Really?
So, including me.
Including, I was just going to say. I was just going to ask you to stand up. Never mind.
No.
Hey, never mind, you animals. Please. Here comes Gary now. Gary,
Yes.
Rolls-Royce, give you a snazzy new model. It's all electric. It's terrific. You'll be the only one to have one. You can drive it, you have to drive it for a year, and it can only do 35 miles an hour. Will you accept that, yes or no?
You bet.
You got it. That's it. Gary's got it. Suzanne and Alan get it. Split the first question in half. Wrong. Charles, you were wrong. We'll come back in a moment with question number 2 after this message for you. I think I could go, boy. Question number 2 coming up. This is it, fellas. It's for you. Men, do you think that keeping a relationship secret adds any excitement to it? Yes or no? Do you think keeping a relationship secret adds excitement to it? Yes or no? Off you go. That's not as quite as simple as you might think, I don't think. Suzanne, what do you think Alan will say?
You mean not to let anyone know that two people are having a relationship?
No, you, and I think I asked the fellas, and I think it means whether or not if they would find it more exciting if they were having a relationship and kept it secret. Would that add excitement to it?
Alan is very adventurous. If he has any secret relationships, I'll kill him. But
Yeah.
I think...
That would make it more exciting, wouldn't it?
If he were going to have one, he better keep it secret. Yeah.
He'll think, yeah, keeping it secret does make it a little more exciting, adds excitement. We've said add any excitement, which is a little different, and you'll say yes.
Well, it does. I mean, anything illicit, and the moment you say no...
Now, wait a minute, Suzanne, I didn't say illicit.
Well,
You said illicit. All I said was
right.
keeping a relationship secret, not an
I'll
illicit
stick with
relationship.
yes.
An illicit relationship would be dangerous, not exciting. Here comes Alan now. Hello there, Alan.
Hello.
Do you think that keeping a relationship secret adds any excitement to it, yes or no?
Yes.
Right.
This of course is based entirely on personal experience.
What's that, Alan?
This of course is based entirely on personal experience. Suzanne and I have been keeping company for about 9 years now, and I know we don't look that old. And
funny, no one said a word, did they?
They're not protesting, Alan.
And part of that time, our relationship was quiet.
Quiet.
Yes, we did a lot of hiding.
I see.
Actually, we never left the house, is what it amounted to.
I see.
There were other reasons for that, though, weren't there?
Yeah, I suppose.
I did mention that.
Alan, you got it right. You ought to quit while you're ahead. You know what I mean? Thank you, Alan. Deborah, what will Gary say?
I think it would probably make him a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
So he'll say no.
He'll say no.
He
but
better say no.
It would make him too nervous.
Otherwise, I'm going to have a few questions for him.
Is he the nervous type?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you'll say it will make him a nervous wreck. The answer is no. Here he comes. Gary, do you think that keeping a relationship secret adds any excitement to it, yes or no?
Yes, I do.
No, that's not what Deborah said.
No.
Would you like to explain that, sir?
No, we'll talk about it. Won't we?
I don't even want to know her name.
Oh, I see. That's secret, eh?
Yeah.
Thank
know
you,
who
Gary.
it is.
Elizabeth, what will Charles say?
This is really tough with Charles. I would say that if Charles was having a relationship, that he was really happy with and everything, he'd want everybody to know.
And it would not add any excitement to it to keep it secret.
That's, you know, it's a crazy question because,
Probably
I
why
mean,
we
as far
asked
as I'm concerned, of course it adds excitement. I mean, as you said, you're a nervous wreck all the time. But it depends on whether you consider that exciting.
Right.
I'll go with no.
No, it doesn't add any excitement.
Well, for him.
For him, because I'm asking him.
It'll make him a nervous wreck.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'd have said, will it make you a nervous wreck, you'd have had this one cold.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Charles now. Charles, do you think that keeping a relationship secret adds any excitement? Yes or no? Any excitement to it?
It's an interesting question. Once more, ask me the question.
Do you think that keeping a relationship secret adds any excitement to it?
No.
That's right. That's what the lady said. Woo! Elizabeth and Charles, Suzanne and Alan are right. Split it in half. We'll trade places, ladies. Step to the rear at halftime. We'll bring the gentlemen out front. We'll come back after this word for you. Please don't go away. We've changed places after halftime, and we have the ladies in the back, 2/3 of a tie, with Suzanne and Alan in the front with $150. Gary, I said we'd find out about your name. Your name is Mule Deer.
Yeah.
Is that your real name?
Not my real name.
What is your real name?
My real name's Miller.
Miller.
Yeah.
Why did you change it to Mule Deer?
I've never had to answer that before. People have trouble enough just remembering what it is, trying
Really?
to pronounce it. It's an animal back home that people hunt a lot, which I don't like to see anymore.
Yeah.
But they always make a mistake. Just before they get away, they always stop and look back before they go over the top of the hill.
The Mule Deer does?
It's sort of like my career.
I see.
But it fits right in.
And that's when they would nail him, huh?
Yeah, that's
Gary
usually
Mule
it.
Deer.
That's
well,
it.
now we know, and who could ever forget Mule Deer? I could never forget that. Ladies, if you're ready to go, this question's worth $150. Recently on TV, the news covered 2 researchers in Seattle who asked people on the street, as a part of a study on human inhibition, to show them their navels. It's true. Most people did. If they ask you, would you show them your navel? Yes or no? Okay. Well, research on the street in Seattle, and most people did. Would you show them your navel? Go away, ladies, and think about it. If you want to. We'll start with you, Gary. Gary.
Yeah.
Gary.
Mule Miller.
Oh, right.
Miller Deer.
I was going to say horses. Never mind.
That's all right. Oh, sure.
You would?
Oh, yeah. I think
No,
so.
wait. I asked her.
Oh, sure, she would.
You think so?
She's probably doing it right now.
Really? The blue section keeps yelling for Deborah every time. You notice that? Okay. Yes. The answer is yes. She would do it. Okay. Here she comes. Deborah, what would you do if they came up to you on the street and asked you to show your navel? Would you show them?
Yes.
That's right. That's very good. I think...
I have an inner.
And I really think it's a tribute to the maturity of our host here that I haven't mentioned the fact that we're all crazy to see it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Deborah.
Right.
No, we wouldn't do that. Charles?
Would she show her name?
Yes. Would Elizabeth show her name?
Good. Oh, yes, definitely.
would?
Amazingly so.
Why? You mean you wouldn't if I'd asked you?
No, I wouldn't. I would, but if she was going to answer for me, she would say no, but I would. But she knows I have other inhibitions about other areas. So anyway, she would show hers.
Yeah, she would.
You know, you're getting very serious, like a medical program, like David Horowitz. I get very nervous here now.
There's nothing serious about a navel.
You're so serious, like a medical thing. It should be on Sunday afternoons instead of every day.
Welcome to Inside. Okay, here she comes. You'll say yes. Here comes Elizabeth.
Tell me the blue if I don't get this.
No, they won't. They love you. You kidding? Elizabeth, if you were on the street and these fellas came up to you and said they were making this study, would you show them your navel?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what was going on there, but it was like a 4-act play. It went on forever.
No. It was
Charles, it was only about a navel, not the whole thing. Oh, why not?
That's right. That's what he said. You're right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Alan, what was Suzanne saying?
Well, Suzanne looks very outgoing. Right? And
That's true. There goes the blue section again.
right? Do you believe that, the blue section?
Yeah.
She looks very outgoing, but I discovered recently we took a little vacation in Tahiti together. And one of the things that's peculiar to Tahiti is the fact that all the ladies sunbathe topless. And believe it or not, it was one of the most miserable vacations we have ever had.
Why is that?
Well, because I have very good eyes. And when you're in Tahiti for a week and there's nothing else to do, I never lay down once. I sat up on the beach all the time we were there.
You never got any rest, right?
And there's really nothing else to look at.
Right.
See? And she got more and more uptight, and by the end of the week, she was talking without opening her mouth.
Right.
You know. But in the face of that,
Yes.
I would have to say that Suzanne, being the mischievous little lady that she is,
Yeah. I forgot the question. You know that? I have no idea what we said here.
would probably show her navel to almost anybody.
Yeah, except in Tahiti,
That's right.
where it's redundant.
That's right.
Okay, here she comes now. Hey, Suzanne.
Yes.
They're making a survey on the street in Seattle. I got to read this again. And to test human inhibition. Most people showed their navels. Would you show your navel if they asked you?
You know, when I was younger, I would have showed anybody anything if they would show me theirs. But the answer is no.
Oh, that's not what he said. He said yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? No. Are you kidding? She is, if she were a guy, she'd put a lampshade on her head and drop her pants at a party.
Really? Well, how about if we offered her $1.25? Would she do it anyway? Okay. I'm sorry. Elizabeth and Charles and Deborah and Gary split that in half, and we have a three-way tie. And we'll come back in a moment with a $300 question, and we'll break that tie. Would you show your navel?
Stay tuned. Game
Which is not too often happening at this point. $150 for everybody. We have a $300 question. We'll break the tie, perhaps. Ladies, our magic genie says, if you so wish it, you'll never be sad again. Would you make that wish? Yes or no? Think it over. Good question. Goodbye.
What?
If you wish it, our magic genie will fix it so that you will never be sad again. Would Elizabeth take that deal? Oh, you can talk
It's a
now.
hard
It's okay.
question.
Never be sad again.
She would say she wouldn't put a name on the list. She would choose to be sad at times again, I think.
So she wouldn't make the wish. The answer is no.
I think.
No, I think is not what we're after. You yes or no? You say no. She wouldn't want to do that. She would be sad again.
Yes,
Okay, here she comes.
I think.
All right. Elizabeth, our magic genie says if you so wish it, you'll never be sad again. Would you make that wish?
Wow,
Yes or no?
That's such a tough question. Because, I think Charles said no.
That's what he said. You're right.
Yeah. He knows me.
Absolutely right.
That would
Alan?
be so boring.
Alan, what will Suzanne say?
Well, Suzanne has suffered a great deal in her short life. She's had a lot of sadness and some joy, and we have shared the sadness and the joy together. And I would think that she's probably thinking that I wouldn't say yes, because that would make her a very shallow person. I mean, to only experience happiness and no sadness is very superficial. So I would have to say that, boy, this is tough. Yeah, I would have to say that she would say that she'd like to be a little sad once in a while. So I guess my answer is no. I guess it is no.
No,
Yeah.
the answer is no. Here she comes. We'll find out. Suzanne,
Yes.
our magic genie says if you so wish it, you'll never be sad again. Would you make that wish? Yes or no?
Oh, it's so hard. I believe in living in the positive. I would say yes.
No. Alan said no.
I knew you was going to say
It's
that.
hard.
Son. I know.
It is hard. You see that?
He
that
said
way
I
of
liked-
thinking it.
he
This
said
is
I
for the
liked
game,
that.
Gary. What do you think Deborah will say?
I think she'll say no.
She wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
She'd rather have some ups and downs. in her
Yeah,
life.
she writes a lot, and I notice when she's down a lot too, she writes some really beautiful things. Things come out. So, and I'd have to change my whole life. So,
For you?
yeah, I would.
The answer is no.
No.
For her. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here she comes. Deborah, this will decide the game. This is it. Our magic genie says if you wish it, you will never be sad again. Would you make that wish? Yes or no?
No.
That's the one. You got it. Deborah and Gary, Elizabeth and Charles are right. We pay it off. We have a tie. The Blues and the Reds win it. We'll come back in a moment and give the Blues and the Reds their money. You make that wish. The Reds won $300. We had $1,000. Those two sections will divide $1,600. Not bad. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for watching us on Tattletales. Bert Conway saying so long. I'll see you next time.
Game show host. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Best of Family Feud, weeknights at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on Game Show Network.
Would probably show her navel to almost anybody.
Yeah, except in Tahiti.
That's right.
Where it's redundant.
That's right.
Okay, here she comes now. Hey, Suzanne.